Welcome to the Winners Table, brought to you by sportsbet.io.
We are now producing a type of player that is not as naturally skilled as it was.
In the regular season, the data analytics, but in the playoffs, it always goes back to the 90s and the early 2000s where the games are in the trenches.
Our careers are short.
Yep.
We're not a banker, we're not a whatever else, a surgeon that can have a career from 20 to 60.
Average career's up like less than 4 years.
It's a few years. We've got to make hay while we can.
I'm greedy, little baby.
Oh, he's hit 21.
Come on.
Ah, come on now. Ah.
And Tristan, what about you? Because you're Jamaican heritage and Canadian. How much does, I guess, different heritage, different race in basketball play a role? Because we see so many beautiful athletes from all over the world. But I know personally with West Indians, they're beautiful athletes. They are some of the world's best bowlers, ever played the game throughout the 80s. It's the same with basketball, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the same. I think you know when teams are like scouting guys from different countries, you're gonna know what like their strengths and abilities are, right? So, if you look at the NBA, the Jamaican players, most of us are all, 6'6" and taller, and we're like more the girth guys. Like we're like more the muscle. I think like
We weren't that lucky.
right. So
Certainly
You
not
didn't need it.
I'm certainly
You
not
didn't
a
need
you got the
it.
girth.
footwork,
though.
you got the footwork,
I'm
you
not a
got the
girth guy.
speed, you got the speed. So like,
Back after a short break.
right? Yeah. So most of the Jamaicans, you're gonna get like centers, muscles strong. Like you're gonna get the foundation strong guys on the team, right? And then if you're looking at guys that are playing in Serbia, Croatia, they're gonna be the great shooters that are like skilled, like the GOAT, Jokic and Luka Doncic, right? You're gonna have those skilled players. But then also like when you look at the guys in France, they're now starting to have a renaissance where they're having guys with a lot of size, right? They're gonna have skilled tall players. So I think, like you said, every region you know what you're gonna get, and then obviously you got the Americans, you'll know what it is. They're a bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many people there, but like you said, I think like you said, when you recruit, you know what to expect in each region when you're going, and I think it's the same in cricket.
And Michael, with you, obviously with English background, do you find now that the English players have got to work harder because, and why are Spanish players so good? What makes them a good footballer?
Yeah, we're the same in our game. A Brazilian would be technical. You've just got this idea that they stand on the beach, keeping the ball up, always playing with the ball. Maybe you go to Scandinavia and they're just so disciplined. Great athletes, runners. You need a couple of those in your team as well. I think English people, I think we're probably renowned for our good mentality, honest mentality. We're tough and honest. And I think our game, the English game, compared to the Spanish, let's say, when I moved from England to Spain, that technical aspect was something I had to probably work on a little bit more. I was used to the blood and thunder and the giving it all and the speed of the game in England. And then I had to go to Spain and actually think about technique. It's almost more like a theatre in La Liga. You play, and then all of a sudden, in the last final third, you explode into life. But whereas England, it's back to front, it's helter-skelter. So different countries, different nations, different type of people, and slightly different styles of football.
What about limelight? Because obviously when you play professional sport, you're thrust in a young age to deal with the press. You have to become a public speaker. You need characters of the game. I think of cricket, the great Shane Warne, bless him. He wasn't a cricketer, he was a rock star. And he had that charisma when he walked on the field, he owned it. In your opinion, both of you guys, start with you first, Tristan, who was one guy that when he walked on the court had that aura, had that charisma? Because some people have got it and some people got to work for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone I didn't get to play with, but someone I looked up to as a muse was like Denis Rodman, right? Like when he came on the court, like he was just a rock star. He was like the
Bleaching his hair.
Yeah, bleach his hair. Next day he's getting married to himself. You don't know what to expect. He's playing a game in the NBA Finals and going to Las Vegas and partying. Like he was a rock star, right? But then obviously the one thing I respect is that he took care of business on the court. Currently now, I mean, whenever you see, the LeBron James or Steph Curry come on the court, they just have that aura and presence around them where they kind of demand the room, right? And I think they've earned that. When you get the limelight, how you're able to carry yourself to not get bad press, right? Because especially, you know, in America, you know, the cameras are always out and someone's always looking to tear you down for some reason, right? I feel
Everyone's
like,
got a phone now. Everyone's a journalist.
yeah, so the pressure's on them, but the fact that they've been able to carry themselves to a high level, and it's actually helped the NBA grow, right? Because there was a time in the 2000s where there was other players that were all-stars, but they were just, you know, the discipline wasn't there, getting in trouble with the law, you know, doing things in the community that wasn't helping the game grow. So I give a lot of credit to those guys to be able to take that torch and kind of help elevate the business of basketball by, you know, treating the game with respect, but also treating the game with respect off the court.
What about on the football field? Who'd walk on and you go, oh no?
Well, in La Liga, when I joined, I joined Real Madrid, it was the era of the Galácticos. I mean, so many players had an aura. If I just rolled off a few players, you know, Roberto Carlos, David Beckham, Ronaldo, Zidane, Figo, you know, Raúl, those type of players just carried an aura. They floated out in that white
Big
kit
names there.
into the Bernabeu.
Do you actually reckon that aura and sometimes marketability get washed over? In other words, you know, when a lot of people think of football, your name's always mentioned, but as a proper goal scorer, then there's the David Beckhams of the world, who was great at marketability. He's obviously a good footballer. Do you think sometimes that because they're out doing all the different brands, that it boosts their game up as well, potentially?
Yeah, absolutely it can happen. Absolutely that can happen in certain ways. I mean, there will be lots of players that you think, do you know what, that person, he doesn't get any credit, but he is so important to our team. So important. And probably people in the crowd don't see it. And then you get other people that, yeah, they claim all the limelight. They might be good looking. They might have an elegance about the way they play. But really, you know, are they the ones that make the team tick? You need a little bit of a mixture in all teams. But absolutely, some people will get more credit than they deserve, and some people will be the unsung heroes.
Well, Tristan, you obviously love your crypto as I do as well. Are players now in NBA getting paid in crypto, or can you see that happening in the future?
I could definitely see it happening in the future. I think what's going on in America in terms of, you know, the Genius Act being passed and stable coins becoming an acceptable form of payment, I could definitely see players wanting to get paid like that. I wish I did when I got my big contract, because then I'd be a very, very, very wealthy man. But I mean, listen, it's never too late. I think it's another form of, you know, financial industry, right? And I think it makes it more custodial, where you're in control. So, you know, I definitely see, you know, crypto being the future. I notice it way more on this side of the world, in Europe and Asia, but I see the mass adoption happening in North America. So I could definitely see guys wanting that. A couple of players, Odell Beckham, he accepted a part of his contract in crypto and Bitcoin, and it paid off for him. So I could definitely see guys doing that. It's just in America and in our side, it's like someone's got to be the pioneer, right? It's kind of someone's got to be the leader, and the sheep will follow. So for me, I'm looking at it like I'm gonna grab the bull by its horn, be the leader, and the rest will follow.
What about heroes growing up? Who was your football hero?
I would say,
did you have one?
Yeah, I would say Gary Lineker was my hero.
Why? What was that?
He was, when I was growing up, I was watching England playing the World Cup. He was the goal scorer. He went from Everton, who were a local club to me, a team that my dad played for, over to Barcelona. I mean, wow, you know, a player that's going to go and represent your country in a major league in the world, in La Liga, at one of the glamour clubs in the world. It was quite, you know, you held these people up in great esteem. So yeah, and to go over and to score goals in a different league, a great league like La Liga, playing with all the great players at the time. Yeah, he was a hero of mine.
Tristan, hero growing up?
My hero, Vince Carter. You know, I tell people, you know, he was my Michael Jordan. You know, the reason why is because, you know, when the Raptors became expansion team, you know, he was kind of the big dog, like the one that was made the city charismatic. You know, him being in the dunk contest and, you know, putting his arm in a rim and just being so electrifying. You know, for me, being a kid from Toronto, like, I was like, wow, like this is what, like, I used to play soccer. Like, you know, being Jamaican, like we played soccer growing up, right? So I was a midfielder, but then I started getting a little tall and went to goalie. I was like, oh, this is boring. I'm like, no, I'm gonna play basketball. So Vince Carter was like my everything, my hero. And then being able to meet him and play against him, like every time I see him, I said, you know, you're the reason why I'm in NBA. And really, for all the Canadians that are in the NBA right now, it's because of Vince Carter. It's all because of him. Without him, none of us would be here, because we weren't able to we'd be able to watch other NBA teams, but he was in the city. He's walking around doing camps. You can go to his camp, shake his hand. Like, seeing is believing, right? So being able to see a guy that electrifying play for Toronto, it gave us kids hope.
Put it all in, have a crack.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Does that mean if he loses, then we all draw?
Yeah, if I was you,
Why not?
if I was you, I'd save one chip.
Just say one chip? Okay, fine. Save one chip.
So you're the winner.
Last one.
If I can't win with the guys, I'm not a winner.
5, 8,
Oh, it's going. We might have to go to a penalty shootout if you bust here.
Well, he likes being on 12 though, doesn't he?
Against the 4, what's he going to do?
They say you're supposed to stay, but the way your hands is right now, 20, 21.
don't trust women.
Oh, I know that.
I see you try to read my face.
Read your face. The dimples. You're trying to get me with the dimples right now. We're a team. What do you guys want to do?
What would I do?
What do you guys want to do? We're all in this together. We're either going to win together.
Oh, I like that.
Shit.
I like that.
I would sit normally because it keeps me in the game. But if you put it
I
on,
like
you're on 12,
staying in the game. I always like having a fighting chance.
All right.
14
No,
bust.
sir.
This is an 8.
2 pitches, come on.
This is an 8.
Don't pull a 7.
Okay.
Don't you
It's an
dare
8.
pull a 7.
Picture.
Yeah, no, it's an
Oh,
8.
what?
It's an
I
8.
hope that's a picture.
It's an 8.
It's 8.
It's an 8. 22. Oh, perfect.
Whoa, yeah, let's do it. Yes. Yes.
Champion. Wow, well played, that man.
Mm-hmm.
So you started with 200K. Let's see what you ended up with.
Yes.
350, 150 profit.
Not bad. Good.
Not bad.
Like a financial advisor said, good rate of return.
Yeah. That's about a week's wages in the NBA.
Yeah. A couple weeks. It's pretty good. Not bad.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the winner's table. That was some amazing insights on what makes an athlete, what makes an athlete tick, and that winner's mindset. But thanks to sportsbet.io. This is the winner's table, and I'm a bit concerned, gentlemen. This is the first episode, but we have set the bar. Who's on next?
Appreciate it, right? Appreciate it.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.